Well, hello again. Back in the Rand van. Figured I'd rant and maybe talk. Well, not really rant. I was just going to talk. I don't really have a whole lot on my mind, and I'll probably lose track of what I wanted to say halfway through it, but let's go from one gas station to another. The problem is, this is probably like terrible in some way, but really enjoy the Speedway brand vanilla espresso in a can. It's better than the Starbucks Frappuccino, and it doesn't give me heartburn, so like those do. So yeah, I mean, I have shit coffee taste, and go, what can I say? But so I'm constantly having to go to Speedway to get this coffee. And I mean, I've literally pretty much bought these places out. Like this Speedway, I haven't gone there for like 3 weeks because they ran out of it. So I'd go to another Speedway, and then they ran out of it. And then the other Speedway that I go to also ran out of it. So it's like I'm kind of at the point where I have to rotate where I get my coffee from. It's a fucking hard life, man. Fucking hard life. But, yeah, so we'll go from Speedway, and I don't think I've talked about this, but they opened a Sheetz in Columbus. Apparently it's a Pennsylvania thing, or an East Coast thing, I'm not really sure. Oh, this is my fucking road here. And it's a gas station that has, first of all, I like the cut of this gas station's jib. I really hate their branding and their marketing, but I tend to just dislike marketing in general. Like, they have all these like TVs inside there, and they've all got these like, it's not stop motion, but it's like where they take a photograph of someone in like a few different positions, and then they're replaying that like a GIF, sort of. And then they've got like, oh, we've got your favorite shit here at Sheetz, and all that nonsense. And they seem to be very, very enforcing of the masks on their employees, but not the customers, and it's kind of silly to me. But that's what corporations do nowadays. But the main thing with Sheetz is, here's the one thing I really like. For one, they've got the regular 3 types of gasoline that you need to get, like regular, plus, and premium. They've also got, I guess it's 88 octane, which is good on its own reason, but it's like 10% ethanol, maybe 10-15%. And it's maybe a little higher, maybe it's like 20. I don't know. It goes, I use it in my Crown Vic because it's like 30 cents cheaper, and my Crown Victoria is a flex fuel vehicle, so it can handle those kinds of fuels. Actually, I can run it on E85 if I want. But it's cheaper by like 20-30 cents. So that's a plus. And then also, they've got, on pump 1, they actually have, they have E85 too, which, I mean, say what you want about that. I'm not a huge fan of it, unless you're like, I don't know, I think it's inefficient, but some people like it, I guess. Farmers like it because they get paid subsidy money. which is good for them, I suppose. But in any case, they've got the option. They've got like 5 different kinds of fuel options on the one pump, and then on the one of the pumps, and then of course they have diesel, then they have auto diesel, which I'm not sure what that is. I think it's made specifically for not semis. And then they also have 90 octane, which I believe is just completely ethanol free high test gasoline, which is basically like if you have a classic car, that's what you put in it. So the little bit of ethanol that they put in modern fuel doesn't screw up your carburetor. That's my only guess. I think it's for classic cars mainly. And I'm like, you know what? You guys dedicated a pump just for that. I can't hate it. To be honest with you, we should all be trying to... I mean, really, a new car nowadays, and especially coming in the future, you're not going to want to drive them. They're trying to push... I mean, they started this in 2008. I think I've talked about cash for clunkers before. Obama cars. They pushed the higher fuel standards to the point where they've had to use computers and plastics to achieve those emission goals, or I guess efficiency goals, at the cost of overall reliability or ease of maintenance. So I can't say I'm a fan of cars that are made after 2008. Now, my Crown Victoria is made after 2008, but it's a very old design, and I don't think a lot of those regulations applied to that car because it was a special duty vehicle or whatever. It doesn't seem like, or maybe they just didn't take effect at that point. But in any case, it's an older design, and it's not, it's basically the same car from 1993 with the exception of a coil-on plug and maybe a few other things. I think it has vehicle stability control, maybe, but I don't think it works. Or maybe it doesn't have to have it. I don't know. But, they want to come out, or they might have regulated now that they want to push, cars that can tell if you fall asleep, which has been around for a while. I think Mercedes started with that. And then they want cars that won't start because they can detect alcohol in the air that you're breathing out to prevent drunk driving. And okay, don't drink and drive. Probably sound advice. But you're not going to tell me that the first 2 years of this technology being implemented in a car is not going to have some problems. Either A, it won't detect drunks at some point if it does break because most technology fails, or even worse, you're not drunk and it just gets a bug up its ass and won't start your car. Things that monitor you while you're driving, it's a terrible idea. Terrible idea. It'll never be abused or break down or be unreliable and cause all kinds of headaches. That'll never happen. I mean, that's insane. Who would think that packing all that kind of technology would not have unintended consequences that are bad? But I digress. Actually, I wasn't digressing. I was just kind of rambling. But Sheetz has these fucking classic car pumps, and I really like that. I'm good on you. It's like the Valero station that I used to go to occasionally. They actually had race fuel. It was just pure ethanol there that you could put in race cars. For cars that were going on the track. And hey, I mean, you can run it on the street too. But I'd have thought, who'd really need that? Figured you just have to go to some central place to buy that. It's like a 5-gallon tank or something. If you really had a race car and were doing that. But either way. So then Sheetz also has... I wish they were paying me to say this stuff and that I could like draw in advertising revenue. They're like, yeah, 3 people might hear this and be like, well, I'd like to try Sheetz. Maybe not. But they also have a restaurant in there that's like, it's not like a Subway attached to it or like a McDonald's, you know, like some of the gas stations have done. Like they have their own little restaurant. I gotta say, for gas station food, it's seemingly fresh. I mean, it's not like 5-star fine, you know, haute cuisine or anything, but it's comparable and in some ways better than most of the fast food stores that are out there. Their hamburgers are very good. You can make them almost any possible like way you could want one. Like endless options. So you can put them on a bun, you can put them on a pretzel, you can put them on a pretzel bun, you can put them on bread. Like, and they've got all kinds of different kinds of cheese, all kinds of different kinds of toppings. You can actually you can get like their fried like appetizers put on them. Like you can have like macaroni and cheese bites or jalapeno poppers, cheese sticks put on these sandwiches. I haven't tried that because I'm just like, at that point your sandwich is very big. And I mean, last night I didn't have one of those, but last night the one I got, I think I had pepper jack cheese, red onion, pickle, and jalapeno ranch, maybe. And yeah, and double meat. It was good. Their jalapeno poppers, also very good. They're actually bite-sized, by and large. And so you don't get that thing when you eat a jalapeno popper where, like, you only want to bite half of it and then the other jalapeno just slides out. Or, you know what I mean? So you just, like, they're like bite-sized, actual bite-sized. They've got macaroni and cheese. They got fried macaroni and cheese things that are fucking actually really good. It's like they just took like Kraft Deluxe and made macaroni and cheese and then froze it, put a breading around it and fried it up. Let's see. They've got burritos. Their burritos it's pretty much like almost as good as Chipotle burritos would be. Their steak isn't quite as good as like Chipotle's is, but I mean, if you get like chicken or oddly they don't have beef, but I got pulled pork, a pulled pork burrito with, you know, all the usual shit on it, and that was fucking great. I usually get it first couple times I got it, I got the rice and beans. They weren't bad. I just prefer it without it. And usually I like rice and beans in it, but I think their black beans tend to be a little underdone. You can get chili put in it, all kinds of stuff. I got salads. I haven't tried any of those. Tried one of their fried chicken sandwiches. That is actually probably one of the better fried chicken sandwiches I've ever had. Like, hands down. I was really impressed with that. I should probably eat those more often. The problem is, when I actually really like something, I tend to avoid it a little bit, so I don't get used to it. They have sliders of various kinds. Their chicken wings, so like when you get a chicken slider, they pretty much just use a boneless chicken wing as their chicken slider. I'm not really a fan of the breading on them. They're not bad. The regular like burger sliders are wonderful. You get that like that. You get that like griddle kind of taste from their hamburgers, which I like. And you get those in the sliders too, so you know. And you can get them with like all the same toppings and bullshit that you can put on most of their other burgers, I think. I usually get that like once a week because it's fairly inexpensive. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I go there 4 nights a week nowadays. Like pretty much any night I work, I go to Sheetz afterwards because a lot of times I don't get off. Like sometimes I don't get off until 11 o'clock, midnight. Sometimes later, and they're 24/7. And honestly, I've been getting. I used to make my food when I got home, and I would just go to the grocery store and just make it. But I just quit doing that because then it's like you're trying to cook at fucking midnight, and I'm not trying to cause a bunch of noise downstairs for the wife and kids. And then so then I was getting just like fast food, but the problem is the White Castle and the fucking McDonald's, which typically only be the ones that are open when I get off. Well, if I get off really late, all the bar people are there, so the line is like out the door. So I just became a fucking hassle. When I can go to Sheetz, get gas, cigarettes, whatever else I need, and the fucking... This is really turning into an advertisement for Sheetz. An advertisement for Sheetz. But, so yeah, I go there like 4 nights a week. I did have a chance to go there for lunch one time. And that's another thing. They do like milkshakes and like coffee drinks and shit too. I haven't had too much of that. But the one time I did go, I got their, it was like a maple cinnamon pumpkin shake. So it was like a cinnamon ice cream kind of thing with pumpkin whipped cream and like maple syrup drizzle on it. Oh my god. It's one of the best milkshakes I've ever had. Like, I was very happy with that. I would get those drinks more, but I typically avoid those. You know, you eat late a lot of times, and I wouldn't say I'm watching what I eat, but there's certain just foods that I'm not trying to eat at midnight. You know? Let's see, what else they have? It's really fucking good. I got their Wisconsin cheese curds. I'm just not a fan of cheese curds, I don't think. They weren't bad. What else did I fucking get? There's still a lot of stuff that I haven't tried. Like, I want to try one of their quesadillas. They look pretty good. I'm pretty sure they're decent. I mean, it's going to be just what they put in the burrito, but in a quesadilla. They got salads. I want to try the salads because I enjoy salad quite a bit. I don't know why I enjoy salad so much. I just do. Got one sitting next to me for tomorrow night's midnight snack, which is kind of weird to say I'm going to have a salad for my midnight snack, but I am. Oh, by the way, we're at Sheetz now. What else haven't I tried there? I tried some of their subs. They're decent. I don't like their bread. It's like that tough bread that doesn't want to be eaten. Which I like the flavor of it. It's just, you end up ripping it because it doesn't tear easily. I'll also say, their staff is very nice, nicer than I would be working at a gas station. They all seem to be a little light in their loafers. I'm not sure why that is. And they're all a lot of them are really short. they're very short people there for some reason. Like the one guy, I think this is like the shift manager. He's literally like 5'2" or something. And he's not the only one who's like that short. It's kind of weird. But I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go get my sheets now and some gasoline. So that's my sheets. That's thank you for shopping at Sheets.